The way to start an episode.
The best part is that that's going to be cut, and the first thing they're going to hear is you saying, "That's a way to start an episode."
Oh, jeez.
All right, let's hop right into it. We're not messing around this week.
We're not messing
Maybe
around.
because there's something I want to get to. But let's talk about everything else that is important to you.
Okay, besides the 3 things I said when we started recording, do you have anything else? Or is it just
even if I did, I don't care.
Okay, good. Works for me. All In happened. I know you don't care about AEW, but we're talking about it because I said so. Can you move that bag down there if he gets into it? The winter theme's already playing. We just started. Winter. We're not doing the nonsense today. We have shit to get through.
Keep him distracted.
I wasn't going to watch All In because I had to work. It came on at 2 p.m. I had to work. I was going to watch it. And then they were going. I was seeing results. I was like, that looks cool. This looks fun. And then I saw the stuff from the Swerve and Ospreay match. So I was like, well, let's see how hard it is. Because it wasn't that busy at work. Like, we were sold out, but pretty much everyone was checked in. And I was like, how hard would it be to get a stream up on my phone? The answer is very easy. So I watched the 3. Okay. All right. Come on. It'll be let out when recording is done. So I got to watch the 3 main event in quotations matches: Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné, Kenny Omega versus Okada, and then Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. I love this shit, man. It's so good. If it wasn't for what happened on Sunday, which we will get to, it would be an undisputed fact that Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm had possibly the greatest women's match of the year. We'll get to why that might be disputed. It was really good. Toni Storm won, which was crazy, because we all kind of assumed that this was Mercedes' crowning moment. But Toni Storm won. She spiked her on her head from the top rope. It was beautiful. There was lesbian treachery, as there is with most Toni Storm matches now. She reversed a pile driver by eating her out. It was wild. It was crazy. And she then said some racy things on the post-show, but we don't have to focus on that. Notes from earlier in the show: Ospreay and Swerve won their match, so the Young Bucks are no longer EVPs. Then on the AEW's roster page, both Ospreay and Swerve have the EVP titles added onto them. I didn't realize they were fighting for that. I don't think they really were, so I'm interested to tune in on Wednesday and see what that means. Okada and Omega had their match. Probably the worst of their 5 matches, but the thing about those 2 is that probably still means it's better than most matches you'll see any given week. Instead of their superhuman fighting matches that they normally have, it was more of Kenny Omega proving he can still go, which is, it's more story than their matches normally have, but I get it. Okada won. He's the unified champion. Tony Khan then said that maybe the titles aren't unified and he will carry all 3. But, so we don't know what's going on with that either. Maybe we'll find out Wednesday. We do know that the Continental Rules, the name is being changed to Unified Rules, and that it will retain the same thing. The Continental Rules is just that 20-minute time limit, no interference is allowed. So, which is funny because he won the title via interference. So, the look on Okada's face when Tony went, and because the Continental Champion won, it will be contested under those same rules: 20-minute time limits, no interference. And Okada's just like. Other note from beginning of the match: Big Boom AJ had some nonsense on the pre-show. I love doing Big Boom AJ stuff on the 0 hour. It's just so nothing, right? Like, it's a cheap pop. Everyone is just getting there. People are still filing in. Lower mid-carders get a shot in front of the big crowd. It's a good little time. If Big Boom AJ does anything of consequence, like, I don't know, say Big Boom AJ tagged with Will Ospreay to take on MJF and another random celebrity, I'd probably hate it. Like, it'd probably be terrible. I don't know why I thought of that example specifically. I just came to me. Then the main event. Oh, the main event. Texas death between Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley. Hangman comes out to his face music after an intro by a guitarist and a professional whistler. His face anthem plays. He comes out the babyface tunnel. Redemption complete. The crowd is hot for him. The crowd pops for everything. Jon Moxley comes out in a big-ass pickup truck with the Death Riders in the back. Like, all in the bed. Marina accompanies him to the ring. They have the bloodiest of Jon Moxley plunder matches. It's Texas Death. That's what we're here for. There's a bed of nails. There's barbed wire. I'm not going to try to go into detail about all of the weapon spots for the Queasier. There were a few moments that made me shudder. Interferences, the Death Riders, and then in order, Will Ospreay comes down and kind of gets immediately killed. Ospreay does not do much of consequence. He just dies, which, is appreciative. Then, at one point, they're both down, and a video plays on the big screens, and it looks like the top of a mountain range. And it pans to Darby Allin on top of Everest, who says, "I've reached the top of the world. Now, Jon Moxley, I'm going to tear yours down." And then someone with a blue mask slides into the ring and does... I'm going to have to describe this for the audio listeners. He starts pointing his arms up into the air and saying an affirmative word that WWE asked him not to say. And he then hits Wheeler Yuta with the Psycho Knee and rips off the mask. Bryan Danielson is back. He kicks everyone in the head, as Bryan Danielson does. And then Jon Moxley's laying down on the ring, and he first he looks dazed, and then his dazed expression turns to confusion, and the camera pans up, and Darby Allin is being lowered, not from the setup. He's being lowered from the actual roof of the ballpark. So it takes forever for him to get all the way down, and he's in full ring gear. I don't remember what he does besides hit a coffin drop on someone through a table, but it's still cool. We get to what feels like closing moments of the match. Hangman, he hits Hangman with a Death Rider onto a bed of nails. There were a lot more bed of nails than I think I wanted in this match. There was also Dragon Through Broken Glass. It was a Texas Death match. He sends Marina to go get the briefcase that presumably has the title in it, and all of a sudden, Marina goes to walk away with the briefcase, and she can't move. She's handcuffed, and she turns, and Prince Nana is there doing his dance. The crowd pops because that's Swerve's valet. Swerve comes out, dispatches the Young Bucks, stares at Hangman, and tosses the chain at his feet. The chain was used in Swerve and Hangman's death match. There was stuff with it building into the match where they didn't forgive each other, but they both said that they regretted all the stuff that they did. And Hangman uses that chain to hang Jon Moxley. That's what happens. He hangs him. He wraps it around his neck and throws him over the rope and hangs him. And Jon Moxley taps out, succeeding the title to Hangman Page. Hangman, the belt is in the case. I don't know why we did this thing of presumably the belt is in the case. The belt is in the case. He opens it and the belt is in there. There was a fear of it being destroyed. There was a fear of a new design. None of that. It is literally, and it still had Bryan Danielson's side plates on it. So they literally took the belt after John won it at Wrestle Dream and put it in the briefcase and just haven't removed it since. It was emotional. It was great. It was perfect. Tony Khan, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. There's so many ways to go after this. I am just, in general, excited about the future, where Dynamite and Collision are heading. Obviously, they'll have their shows in Philly soon, so I'll go to them and hopefully we'll keep having a good time. Hangman gets 2 all-time stories in the company and 2 all-time title wins. Hey-o. Main character cowboy shit. As for the other company, I didn't watch Great American Bash. I know, it's terrible. I love NXT. I am so sorry to every single person on the NXT roster. Any person that has anything to do with putting those shows together. I know why WWE wants to counter-program AEW, and I understand that that's part of the business. I don't know why they're obsessed with having NXT be the one to do it. Like, that's going to do something. All that does is kill NXT as a brand. Tickets to Great American Bash did not sell. People did not watch it. Normally when there's an NXT show and there's nothing else going on, I see plenty of mentions of it on my timeline. People like it enough to watch it. But the minute it's up against something, no one cares. There is something better to do. It's like, hey, you want to go to this single-A baseball game? I know the Phillies are playing right there, but like, let's go to this one. No. You go to the Phillies game. They're right there. So I'm sure it was fun. I'm sure it was good. I heard good. After I went looking, I saw good stuff for it, so I'll probably end up watching it. They announced that they're doing their next PLE for NXT, Heatwave, the same day as Forbidden Door. Like, if you want to counter-program AEW, do it properly and kill them. But, like, you're just killing your third brand. I don't know what the point. I don't know why we're doing this. It'd be like if AEW tried to counter-program WrestleMania with Ring of Honor. It's not going to work. You're not going to do this. Is not how that works. You can't do that. I think I hate this company. And let me tell you why. So I switch. All In ends at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Which proves my theory of no one has a problem with the length of AEW pay-per-views. We just have a problem with them starting at 8 and ending at 2 a.m. 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., very long show. No one cares because it ends at 8 p.m. and we all feel fine. I switched to Saturday night's main event because it was on. Like, oh, Goldberg final match, why not? There's stuff to do on here, I guess. I don't hate Saturday night's main event, and I don't hate WWE as much as I think I might. I'll turn it on. It's wrestling. Some wrestling is better than no wrestling. WWE wants to test me on that, it seems. Because I switched to Saturday night's main event, and it's about time for the main event. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins ends. Seth Rollins may be injured. We can talk about that in a moment. I will be getting Tanner's opinion on this next thing, so if you've been waiting 12 minutes to hear Tanner's voice, you are about to hear it. I switched to Saturday night's main event, and the match between LA Knight and Seth Rollins ended, and I was like, okay, cool. It ends, they go to commercial. Commercial between the matches, of course. That's fine, that's expected. We come back. They show some celebrities in the crowd. They're like, just a reminder, we're in New York in a month for SummerSlam. Here's a shot of the MetLife Stadium. Cool. In the main event's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Okay. And Gunther comes out. Then we go to commercial. We come back, show some celebrities in the crowd. Hey, reminder, we also have Late Night with Tony Hinchcliffe in Inglewood, New Jersey, SummerSlam weekend, and Cody's going to be there. Isn't that cool? Here's some more celebrities in the crowd. And then they switch to Joe Tess, who's talking about something with... and it's some advertisement again. And then Goldberg makes his entrance. And we go to commercial. And then we come back, and it's... Remember, we're going to be in New York all weekend in August. And this match is happening, which I will whinge about in a moment. It's Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I will whinge about that in a moment. I'm whinging about something else right now. And here's some more celebrities in the crowd. And then finally we can get to the ring announcement. Why does it take so long to get to the match?
I don't know.
And, like, if it was, like, actual content, like, Goldberg can have a 5 to 10 minute entrance for his retirement match. But that's not what this was. It wasn't 5 to 10 minutes on his entrance. It was such a tone shift, going from what admittedly was a pay-per-view for AEW, so there's not going to be any breaks. Going from, like, literally Okada and Omega ending, and immediately, now we're playing the video package for Hangman and Moxley. Going from that to here's so much space between two matches, it was so jarring, and it made me literally go, I don't know if I care enough for this. Goldberg and Gunther have a match. It was fine. I said this a while ago, I'm not going to hate on this match unless Goldberg wins the title. I'm not going to hate on this match. Goldberg can have a retirement match. We can make a big deal about it. He was one of the biggest stars of WCW. It's okay. It's fine. If this is actually his last match, yes, let's make a big deal about it. Let's do it right and have a good time. His retirement match should have been WrestleMania 33, but, we can do it. It's cool. He got a speech afterwards that was only on the Peacock feed because they ran out of time on the network feed. Before we get to the other pay-per-view, any words about All In, Great American Bash, Saturday night's main event?
Nope.
Anything about Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan
It'll
Paul?
be fun to see Randy Orton beat the shit out of Drew and Logan for 10 minutes.
I'm so upset about that match.
Do we hate Jelly Roll?
No, I think this is a waste of Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre's time.
Yes. Okay, we're upset for the same reason.
Yeah. It's like I made the comparison to Big Boom AJ at All In. It's like, I don't hate Jelly Roll. I saw Jelly Roll last year at SummerSlam. When they said that Jelly Roll would be doing stuff on the build to SummerSlam, I was like, that sounds fun. He's cool. He's fun. He had a decent chokeslam on Austin Theory.
Yeah.
But this feels like a waste of main eventers' time. If this was some mid-card or lower mid-carder, that probably, I said, why doesn't he team with insert some low-level babyface, oh god, why am I having trouble thinking of someone? Let's just say Ron Killings. I don't know who else to go with. But,
we're thinking the same thing.
Versus, The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Because if we're being honest...
Oh my god, we were thinking the same thing.
But, to be honest, those three all have great... two have great careers and one has a potentially great career. And they're probably just not going to be on the SummerSlam card regardless. So why don't we do it with them? They get a rub with a celebrity, we get our celebrity moment, we get whatever clicks, and we get to have a good time. I don't know why we have to be wasting Drew and Randy's time, who are potentially going after the title after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nothing against Jelly Roll. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
This feels like a waste of time for everyone else involved, except for maybe Logan Paul. So that was All In. There were no predictions for All In except for a wager that if Darby Allin somehow walked out with the AEW World Championship, I would just secede all of my points and championship to Tanner. That didn't happen. He did return, but that did not happen. Hangman walked out with the belt, as expected. So do you want to now talk about... I'm going to call it what it is. It's WrestleMania 31 again.
Okay.
Underbuilt, underhyped, no work put into it, and somehow, by the sheer force of will by all the performers involved...
It's fire.
Yeah, like, it's just a banger. It literally is WrestleMania 31. I could make more... I'm not going to harp along about that. I could make more parallels down to the cash-in at the end, down to the quality of the matches, what the cash-in does earlier in the night, like, everything. It is WrestleMania 31, but a regular pay-per-view. Thank God WWE was not stupid enough to run this against All In instead.
Yeah.
Because no one would have watched, and it would have sucked, because this pay-per-view, Evolution, was so good. Give me collective thoughts from Evolution before I run down the card. If you have any. I assume you didn't watch it, but I know you saw highlights.
I saw one thing, that's it.
Oh, okay.
And I saw the big shock. That's what I saw.
Running down the card... They start off with a triple threat. It's a good triple threat. Like, of course it was. It was Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra. Of course it was going to be good. Becky retains. Ding. And
Yep.
we had a first ever on our side, which I'll get to at the end. So, let me just pull up the thing. There was a weird thing. I sent it to you. Someone, like, 2 days before Evolution went onto the Wikipedia page.
And leaked it.
And they didn't... I don't even think they leaked it, because I don't know if all that stuff was correct or not. No, it wasn't, because they didn't include the thing at the main, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
They just put results like those were absolutely the results, and it was really strange. So yes, Becky Lynch wins. Then Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace. Great match, featuring a heel turn from Blake Monroe that Michael Cole called wrong because he doesn't watch NXT. Jacy Jayne retains. I understand why you guys said Jordynne Grace, but because
I only said Jordynne Grace because it was the name I knew.
Yeah, I was like, as the person who watches NXT, it was very obvious what was going to happen.
I know, but I didn't want to... This is the problem. You have to stop doing this.
What?
When you send me predictions, do not have the people you pick on it.
Okay.
Because I feel bad, especially in areas that I don't know as well.
Okay.
I don't want to just pick what you picked because I think that's unfair. So from now on, just send me blank predictions. Just send me the thing without what you have on it.
I felt bad that you were going in blind every single time because there were times where I had counterpicked, and I just wanted to, because I was walking in as champion, I wanted to give everyone else a chance to counterpick me.
Yeah, no.
But if you want to go blank every time,
I would much rather go blank and beat your ass properly. And then it'd be even worse.
You did better than Hannah. All right.
Yeah.
I will give you that. Fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This was fun, but if you look at the name involved, it was always going to be. It's the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, who did retain. Congratulations.
Yeah. I knew I was getting that one.
Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Zolruka and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors. This just went hard.
Yeah.
It had more building for NXT because Shawn Michaels actually planned for this show to happen and actually gave us stuff going in for the 3 matches he had anything to say with.
Love that.
Judgment Day retained. Again, it was a good match. Tiffany Stratton defeated Trish Stratus. This was the one that we just all agreed on.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment. I want to know you as more of an outside point of view for it.
Okay.
I saw a comment that asked, is Trish one of the greatest of all time? And I think the answer to that is yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think the discussion really comes down to, in the Attitude Era, she was Big Fish in Small Pond. One of, 2 greatest of, what really is nothing. And the fact that she, once the pond became this ocean of competition, the fact that she came back and wrestled on the level of all of them just solidifies it. She doesn't have to.
You know me, when it comes to greatness, I'm not the longevity guy.
Yeah.
But there comes a point when your longevity is, and you keep that level for so long, is crazy. Because you could wrestle for 40 years, but if you're not wrestling at the top level for those 40 years, it's why LeBron is so impressive. Because he's played now 23 seasons at virtually the same incredible level. Like, I don't care if you did it for 40 years, but your first 10 you weren't that great. Then you have your peak in the middle, and then the last 15 you were just you're a jag. You're just a guy, just there, around. But when you're kind of the shit the whole time, yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah. And especially from someone who could just phone it in.
Yeah.
Could just come in and be like, yeah, I'll wrestle Trish and just phone it in the entire time, and she doesn't. She just goes hard and wrestles at the complete top level. I love it. Greatest of all time, if not for any reason but that. Jade Cargill and Naomi kill each other while Bianca Belair watches. Jade wins. That's expected. I assumed your prediction wouldn't have changed when they announced Bianca Belair for special guest ref, so I didn't ask.
No.
Yeah. Only one of us made their prediction with that knowledge, and it was the one who got it wrong.
What did she switch to Naomi?
Yeah. She told me that she is getting tired of WWE like I am, and she just doesn't care about actually predicting it right and just wants to predict the people that she likes. Which is very funny. The 20-woman Evolution Battle Royal for a World Championship match at Clash in Paris. I don't know how I feel about this match. It was good. I like the winner, obviously, because I predicted her.
Yeah.
But, like, they told us there would be more women and surprises, and there just wasn't. And then, it also just feels weird that the match is for Clash in Paris. Like, there's a whole 2-night pay-per-view before then that we need a challenger for. We need a challenger for one of the titles for that. I understand what they're probably gonna do, but, like, why Clash in Paris? But it's cool. Stephanie Vaquer wins. That was telegraphed so quickly with this. It's fun trying to predict in other people. Nikki Bella was a fun prediction. She said Tatum Paxley, who I think was the first person eliminated.
That's funny.
Literally, she stopped by the hotel. I had it up on my tablet, and the match started, and I was like, yeah, match is starting. I was like, and Tatum Paxley eliminated. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, Nia just chucked her out of the ring. Like, literally picked her up and threw her over the top. But hey, shout out to Tatum Paxley, someone who I think is really underrated and I think has a bright future. Is her first pay-per-view appearance. Just full stop. So that, like, she might have appeared the night before at Great American Bash, but, like, actual main roster pay-per-view appearance. And got an entrance. They gave everyone an entrance to that Battle Royal. Yeah, it was a long wait of entrances. And then in the main event, Naomi cashes in her Money in the Bank briefcase and defeats Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title. This match banged. This is why I can't say that Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm is the best women's match of the year, because it's in contention for this absolute masterclass of booking of why Triple H. Why is this the first Io Sky match we've gotten since her match with Stephanie Vaquer on the Raw after Mania? Why hasn't there been more? We love Io. Why has she just not been on TV? Why was this badly built?
We continue to say that about the champs, bro. I don't know what it is.
Why is this match badly built? Because I think that adds to it if it was well built. If you made me believe that these two need to wrestle again, which I don't know if they needed to, but again, like, I wasn't upset about it. I knew we were in for something good because we've seen them wrestle before. We know how good their chemistry is. And they got me. They got me multiple times in this match. There was a ref bump. And they, instead of, like, weird interference, they just brawled around the arena. They hit a bunch of big spots on equipment and stuff, and it was really cool. They get into the ring. Rhea's going for, like, an avalanche riptide. Io reverses it. She lands on the ground. Io's on the top. She is setting up for the over the moonsault. The ref, Jessica Carr, sees it and gets into position to do the count. And I was like, oh, this is the ending. This is it. Rhea either reverses this, plants her, and wins, or Io hits it and wins. Io hits it, goes for the pin. The ref she does the slow count, 1 to eat. Rhea kicks out at the last possible moment on a slow count. It got me. I thought the match was over. And, like, their false finishes don't hit me all the time, and sometimes when they do, it's like, whew. And then just when it hit that moment of that I have in AEW matches all the time, in the what is it gonna take for one of these two to just win, Naomi comes out, and I'm like, oh. Because it was your prediction when you predicted that Jade would win Queen of the Ring. Is the belief that that's where they're going with that. Jade's going to be champion and Naomi's going to cash in, or Naomi's going to cash in and they're going to face off. No. complete and utter. She is now on Raw and she now holds this title. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
I am convinced Triple H did not book this show. This has the Heartbreak Kid's grubby fingerprints all over it. This is a Shawn Michaels production, and if you enjoyed Evolution, you need to tune in on Tuesday, because this is what I get every single week. They're not allowed to do this. They're not allowed to give me no build for a show. Give me absolute nothing going into it. Almost like the show is an obligation. And then just deliver their PLE of the year like it's nothing. Shout out to every single woman on that show for putting in the work. But
except Nia Jax.
Nia Jax had an important role.
It's fine.
She gave Nikki Bella a big moment when she eliminated her.
That makes me happy.
Also, shout out, this is also why I think Shawn Michaels booked this show. Do you know who the last person that Stephanie eliminated from the Battle Royal was?
Was it Lash?
Yeah, it was one of his girls.
Yeah, one of his girls.
One
of his goyles.
Do you see the TikToks of Shawn Michaels doing the trends with the NXT women's locker room?
Where they're behind him and they say his name and he has to guess?
They do all of them. They do all the trends.
Oh, okay.
Just all. There was the one where try to avoid the camera, and then it's like all the thirst trap ones. They do that with them as well.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It's just like I'm wrong. Triple H is not the greatest booker. It's Shawn Michaels.
We love HBK.
Anything for this weekend of wrestling that was pretty good? Pretty good was the modifier for the weekend. You don't have to specifically say things that are pretty good.
No.
Okay.
I failed you as a wrestling fan this weekend. I was enveloped in an entirely different corner of the mediaverse.
I understand. If you listen, right? If you were a WWE centered fan, like I would say you are for wrestling, I would understand if you just skipped this weekend. Despite there being 3 WWE events, most of my hype for this weekend came from All In. Again, if Evolution was Saturday during All In, I would not have watched it. I would not have cared. Honestly, if it was on Friday or Saturday, I probably wouldn't have watched it regardless, because I wouldn't have really been able to have my tablet set up. But because it was Sunday and I had the chance to watch it, I did. And I'm glad I did, because it was good. But like, there was no reason to want to tune into any of the WWE stuff this weekend, if according to their own plots and shows. But it was worth it. I recommend watching Evolution. Maybe Great American Bash. I don't know. I didn't watch it. All In was good. Obviously, it's a pay-per-view, so no one's gonna go out of their way to watch it. But when it gets added to HBO Max, maybe check it out. It was really fun.
Yeah, I was enveloped by the actual greatest booker in history, James Gunn, this weekend.
I'm so glad I saw that movie.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it.
Did Darian show you what I texted him about it?
No.
Okay. I texted Darian. I will say it word for word. I'm going to pull up the one that I sent to someone else, but it's the same. It's copy and pasted. The rest of James Gunn's DC universe could absolutely fail miserably, and it will have been all worth it just to get this Superman movie. Obviously, I hope that doesn't happen. I would like the entire universe to be great and everything to be good. At one point halfway through this movie, I teared up, not because there was a particularly emotional scene on, but because as a Superman fan, I'm not used to getting anything good.
Okay.
I heavily enjoyed this movie.
I could tell.
He's being quiet. I'm scared.
I was thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, no.
I really was.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought this movie was going to be amazing. Like, I thought it was going to be really good, and I think I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, no. Why?
Okay, so I'll get right into it, because I don't hate the movie. I do think the movie's good. It's a 7.5. It better than everything Marvel's put out, except for, like, Guardians 3. In, like, the last, 3-4 years.
Yeah. Post-Endgame, I assume, is your...
No, because it didn't... No Way Home come out after Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Way Home I think is infinitely better. I don't know, man. If you say you don't like the Marvel movies for the Marvel movie jokiness, I think this movie does it just as bad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think there's a bunch of comedy that doesn't hit. I think the only funny characters in the movie are Jimmy Olsen. Yeah. And Superman, actually, most of the time. Let me get back to Superman. I'm going to complain about one more character. There's too much Crypto. Every time Crypto is on screen, it becomes a joke, and I don't like it. But, that being said, when Superman's like, no, come on, please, that was funny. I do like that. The jokiness was too much for me. and here's my opinion that I've seen nobody agree with me with. I don't like Lex Luthor. I do not like the Lex performance. I don't like the bratty, losing his mind, acting like a child. I want my Lex Luthor to be threatening. I never once think he's threatening. I actually don't ever feel like he's ever, like, winning. I'm never convinced that he's going to win, which I feel like a good Lex Luthor does. I believe that him going to jail, and now this is what I've been told, I've been convinced of by my super friends, that he's going to go to jail and he's going to come back, he's going to be a little more hardened, and I'm going to get the Lex that I want. Which will be fine. I didn't care for him in this movie. I don't think he's bad, it's just not what I wanted, which is why I don't really hold the movie back from that, but it doesn't give me the same enjoyment that I wanted.
Yeah.
So, I had issues with Lex. I think the comedy is bad. Not the comedy's bad. I think it's the Marvel movie jokiness that everybody complains about. I don't like. There's too much crypto. I actually think the fights aren't that great. The best fight in the movie is a Mr. Terrific fight.
Oh yeah, I agree with the best
which
fight
is
in the
kind
movie
of
Mr.
crazy. The only thing that I can remember that Superman did.
Careful, because you're moving the desk.
I'm sorry. The only thing I can remember that Superman did was when he spun the engineer in the fight in the ballpark, where he's spinning, he's like slamming her into the ground and hitting Ultraman. I remember that. That was cool. Don't really remember anything else that he did. And those are my those are my issues. Everything else I liked. I think visually it's great. I think all the castings are actually very good. As much as I don't like how this Lex Luthor was, I think with what that guy was given, and I forget his name, I always just call him the Beast from First Class, but I think he's going to do a good job. Nicholas Frost?
Talking about it.
Nicholas Frost?
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt.
I needed you to give me that to get there.
I think he's good, but I really...
I didn't notice that was the same person, but that is who that is.
Yeah. I thought I was going to like it a lot more. And for this to kick... I guess it doesn't technically kick it off, because we had Commandos, and I guess... Is the Suicide Squad a part of...
The Suicide Squad and Season 1 of Peacemaker are like that loose canon rule of, like, it's not canon, but, like, you can assume that it is unless we state otherwise.
Okay.
The like, you can kind of assume that these events happen, but if something happens that contradicts them, then don't worry about it because they're not really canon.
So, technically it's Creature Commandos that kick off the universe, but for our Iron Man first movie, I just didn't think... I didn't think it was better than Iron Man. I thought The Suicide Squad was miles better. I enjoyed that movie a lot more, and that movie is longer, and I think has some issues. I don't know, but I really like The Suicide Squad. Not that I didn't care for this. It's a 7 out of 10. I think it's fine, and I haven't changed since I saw it, because I thought I'd go to sleep and I'd wake up and I'd be like, all right, maybe I was just being too hard on it. But then I came out of the theater with 2 people that glazed the shit out of that movie. I got told it was a 9.5, 9. I had somebody who was sitting at a 9 out of 10, and by the time I got done through my gripes and said everything I needed to say, he's down to an 8. So I'm happy. I did my job. I took the blinders off and said, stop looking at this like... And you know what I've come to terms with? If you're a Superman guy, this movie bangs.
Yeah.
If you're not, this movie isn't the best thing since sliced bread. And I think it's just my problem with Superman. I'm not a Superman fan. Not that I think he's bad. I just find him boring. But
that's why they posted that.
And I think there's a lack of... I guess the only other issue I'd have is that it feels like the movie lacks stakes. I never, ever believe Superman isn't going to win. Which I think is also just a problem with the character in general.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it looks beautiful. The soundtrack's amazing. I think, like I said, everybody does a good performance. Guy Gardner's amazing. Mr. Terrific is amazing. Jimmy Olsen's great. All the other Daily Planet people that I'm not going to remember their names of. Lois Lane is great. Superman does a fantastic job. The robots are fine. That's the only thing that probably annoyed me in the movie. I don't. At the end of the movie, Supergirl comes back. I don't understand why she's a drunk party girl, but I guess this is just stuff from books that I haven't read. Fine.
I know.
I think that's going to be annoying and I'm going to hate it. But
maybe. So I know that the Supergirl movie that they're doing is heavily based off Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is a book about her planet hopping. if I had to guess, it would be that movie taking a slightly different take and taking her from the state that we see her in to kind of the more Supergirl that we know through that planet hopping journey.
Okay, I hope so.
That's just a guess. But she also, I think she does have crypto in that book. It's a very good book, though. That's
what everybody's told me. It's very good. Yeah, so maybe it'll be good. It's also a character that I've just never, ever cared about. It's like, I said this earlier to one of my boys. Is like, yeah, I feel about Supergirl the same way I feel about Daredevil. I'm never, ever going to care.
Yeah. And I actually had that same thought, too, when I got out of the theater. I was just like, that's not the premise of that book. But because Superman mentions that, oh, yeah, she goes parties on other planets with red suns. And I was like, that's not really the premise of that book. But, I could see a version of it work out where they do that. I have one really strange, tangentially related question, and it's just a general one. Did you have a dog at any point growing up?
Yeah.
Okay. That was my one thought when I saw Crypto was, we heard that, like, James Gunn is like, oh yeah, he based Crypto on his real-life dog. People can tell you that, and then they're seeing it. No one could write the way that Crypto was unless they had a dog.
Yeah.
Just the in general actingness of him. Crypto didn't annoy me. I liked Crypto.
And I don't. Okay.
There is a balance with that. I just wanted to see because that's just in general like one of my questions of the movie.
I wanted
Crypto. Didn't like Crypto.
I think I was fine with Crypto until the final scene. I hate that he's involved in the final fight. If all he would have done, and I know this is probably a very stupid change. If all he did was Superman whistled and then he tackles Bizarro like he does, I think I'm happy. It's that he then chases the cameras around. I think that's stupid and I hate it. I know it's set up earlier in the movie with the T-spheres, really well, and that's fine. But that could have just been the end of that joke that didn't need to come back in the final fight against Lex Luthor, supposedly one of the smartest men on the planet. I would have just had Superman shoot with his lasers. And just do it that way and have Superman do it. But whatever. And also, I don't like Crypto attacking Lex at the end of the movie. I think that's stupid, and I don't think that's funny.
If I removed one Crypto joke, it would probably be that one. Yeah. The Crypto attack.
There was too much Crypto at the end of the movie for me, because it was just this is a joke the entire time, every time he's on screen, and I wanted it to be a little more of something, especially after Superman giving that little "I'm human" speech. I was like, we didn't need that, but that shit banged. Yeah. I like that.
And that's why I think. I agree with you with that, with the last Crypto thing, because the Marvel jokiness doesn't really... You're coming close to the leg again. The Marvel jokiness doesn't really bother me in general. It bothers me a little bit there, just at the end, because it becomes that Thor Love and Thunder problem again, is we're having a really good serious moment and then we're undercutting it. The entire movie, we don't really have that problem. Mr. Terrific has a lot of really serious of like, well, yeah, this might ruin the world, but I'll fix it because I'm Mr. Terrific. And there's a lot of suspense that then isn't undercut by a Superman punches it and it wins, or Crypto coming and thrashing something about. No, he does just fix it because he's Mr. Terrific and that's what he does.
Mr. Terrific says he doesn't understand emotions and then proceeds to try to crack jokes, which kind of bothers me. Tells Lois I don't do emotions and all that shit, and then immediately... The circles and spheres joke is not funny. I thought it was painfully unfunny.
That's not a joke. It gets played for comedy, but that's not Mr. Terrific telling a joke.
Yes, it gets played for comedy. That's
Mr. Terrific being literal.
I don't know, bro.
It
didn't feel that way to me. I don't know.
I thought Mr. Terrific was really good.
I do, and I think he's really good. I just didn't... I don't know, man.
I also didn't know that we were getting Metamorpho in this movie, so that was a fun surprise.
I did know that going in. This is one of the few things I knew.
Yeah. So that was a very fun
surprise. I liked him.
I was like, oh, okay. I'm here. I like it. I can give some Lex Luthor notes. I will say that walking out of the movie, I liked Nicholas Holt's performance. I liked this Lex. There was a moment of realization, or almost a cooling off of like that in this universe we're probably not going to get the new 52 Lex, which is the Lex that I really like. I can move past that and understand it because I also like Silver Age and Golden Age Lex, and this is very much an old school Lex that is a little bit more erratic, a little bit not care, because the Lex wasn't necessarily... The Lex was that I'm going to try these wacky schemes to kill Superman and they're not going to stop me because I'm rich. He will be out of the jail in the next movie, probably because he buys his way out. Because he's the invincible because he has money, not invincible because he's actually anything. I totally get preferring the new 52 Superman and wanting that more serious outthank you, or not Superman, Lex, and getting that outthank you Lex, I think that's a really good character, and I do there's stuff about that Lex I definitely prefer. But I don't have a problem with this Lex. I think he shows... It's a lot more of show and not tell. The fact that he is able to clone a version of Superman that beats Superman multiple times in the movie before succumbing to a black hole. Thanks. Shows enough of it. Or that he's able to make the engineer. It's a lot of... This movie does a lot of assuming that you know stuff already, which I'm okay with. There's only 3 superhero properties that I think are allowed to do that with, and I think they should be doing it with them. And to be fair, the last, counting this one, the 3 reboots, most recent reboots we've gotten of all of them have done that, and they've been better for it, in my opinion. That being Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. I really like the text at the beginning here, the 300 years, 30 years, 3 years.
I hate opening text crawls.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
I'll
deal with it here.
There's a limit, I think. I think
Yeah.
Star Wars is one of the ones where they've started to get too much with them, and it's like, that's too much text.
Star Wars was always too much.
You really can only give me a certain amount before I'm like, why am I reading at this movie? You can give me a little bit. I think Superman is one of the ones that does the really good job with it, as far as like, here's the information you need to know. It's information you probably already know, and there's a nice little through line with it always being 3. Even if you don't read it, you're not lost in the movie. Yeah. Which I think is the more important part with doing.
You know what movie just takes the opening text crawl and just gives it to you as actual scenes? Homecoming. Homecoming does that perfectly.
You know what scene has the best opening text crawl of all time?
What?
The Lego Batman movie. And
never seen it.
So, I really like that movie. I think it's really good. You may like it, I don't know.
Yeah, see, because I've heard both sides of the spectrum. Some people absolutely hate that movie, and some people say it's really, really
The
good.
people that hate that movie tend to be, like, hardcore, serious Batman fans. It is a Lego movie. They take the piss out of everything. Yeah. The reason why the opening text crawl is so funny is because they are joking about the fact that it's an opening text crawl. It does not say anything important, but he says, in a narrator voice, he says, now get ready for some reading, and then it shows it, and it's got like some nonsense quote or something. Like, it's not even related. It is a comedy movie making fun of Batman, which means it's the greatest movie of all time in my opinion.
All right,
back to the Big Blue Boy Scout. Yeah, I think this is a great Superman cat. There's just so many little things that I enjoy in this movie as well. I love his and Lois's relationship, including their little fight, because Lois is prideful as hell.
Yeah.
The interview that Lois gives.
It's the best scene in the movie.
Yes, I agree with that.
It is. So I was with the biggest... You're a very big Superman fan. The only other guy I know that is a bigger Superman fan I went to go see this movie with.
That's a lie.
Each your own. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the movie, and he leans over, and he goes, you better start smiling watching this fucking movie, bro. And I'm like... And I didn't notice, and I was like, damn, I really haven't smiled one time watching this. And we were at the conversation they have where the Justice gang is fighting outside.
Yeah.
And he's like, you better start smiling at this movie. I'm like, huh. And we talk about it. He's like, yeah, you mean mugged that movie the entire time. I'm like, did I really? And I was like, damn, I guess I really did. But I remember I laughed at certain parts. There were certain, like, Jimmy talking to what's her face on the phone. It was always funny.
Eve Tessmacher. Is that who we're talking about? Eating toes.
By
the way, you get back to your story because I really like it. Eve Tessmacher is not a comic book character.
I didn't think she would be.
She is from the original Christopher Reeve Superman. That is an inclusion to reference that.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, I'm really not smiling at this movie at all. And that's when I realized, I was like, damn, I'm disappointed. I was like, damn, I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to walk in and be blown away. And I just wasn't. And I'm really sad. I'm sad about that, but I'm positive for the rest. Because, given, I'm not the biggest DC guy. I really don't like many of their major properties. If it's not Green Lantern, I'm usually not that big a fan. Like, I'm a Green Lantern fan, and then, like, with The Flash, it's like, you have a best friend, and they have a friend that they bring everywhere. And it's like, I didn't invite you, but if we were close, I would. But I don't want to get too close to you because I'm worried I'm going to like you more than I like him, and then that's going to create a weird dynamic. So that's why I kind of keep Flash at like a arm's length, but I'm like, I know I mess with you because I mess with all your villains. And I mess with you in general. And I like every sidekick you've ever had. And it's like, everything about you I like. But I know if I dive in, I'll never talk to him again. So I gotta keep you over there. But like, Flash I mess with a little bit. Most of the other guys I just don't care. Like Wonder Woman I don't care. Batman I don't really care. Superman I don't care. And then the other Justice League members, who really cares in general? No, I'm kidding. But
I'll say you're not a giant Martian Manhunter guy. You just seem like
I am, but like it also depends on which. Like then it could be Cyborg. I'm not a big Cyborg guy. He's my least favorite member of the Teen Titans. So there's give and take. But like I love Mystic DC. Mystic DC is where I eat, and then I like the Green Lanterns. So I know that shit's in the pipeline, coming down the line. I'm very excited for all that stuff. I think this was a good enough movie to warrant me wanting to go see more. The fact that Supergirl's the next movie, I'm not super excited about, but I'll go see it.
Well, Lanterns is supposed to be a TV show, isn't it?
It is, yeah, there's TV show stuff. Which is probably better for them because we need more time with them.
Yeah, and they were talking about having different focuses of different things, so being able to jump around and do all the lanterns instead of just one.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How do you feel about Tomar Ray?
Who is that?
Dane, you're right, and I apologize, but you're also wrong, and I hate you. That's it.
You have to give me more now.
So last night, since everybody's been in a DC mood, we were in the Discord just talking, and my buddy Dane was like, "Give me characters, and I'll tell you who voices them." So I'm the type of DC fan where I'm like all the characters that I know I like, and and eventually I'm like, I can hear him kind of getting tired of my bullshit. And I go, all right, yo, who voices Tomar Ray? Tomar Ray is like the bird-looking Green Lantern guy. His son is Tomar 2. He's the guy who was the Green Lantern when Krypton exploded.
Okay.
And
all right.
he was one of the main lanterns in the Green Lantern movie from years ago. It's the yellow bird guy.
Yo, I watched that movie.
I'm just saying, like, but he's like around a lot. Tomar Ray is around a lot. He's one of the main Green Lanterns. And they said, anybody give a shit about Tomar Ray? And I'm like, I crashed out. They knew exactly how to rage bait me. And then I'm like, all right, fine. And then I gave a different character. I'm like, anybody care? Well, give me a real character. They're messing with me at this point. I was losing my mind. But I really wanted you to be like, yo, Tomar Ray's the bet, and you let me down. I've been proven that actually he is ass.
I probably should have known him, given if he was the Green Lantern for Krypton's sector when Krypton was destroyed, because I definitely have read this. But
yeah, I love Tomar Ray.
He don't give a shit about Tomar Ray.
Yeah, it sucks.
Bad Green Lantern. He let one of his planets explode.
I know, but he turns into one of the greatest Green Lanterns of all time. So
it's a ludicrously high bar.
I guess it is, yeah.
It's just for the reason that we see so many fucking Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I know, but we see the peak of the peak. Like, you need Joe Johnsons. Like, you need Paul Pierce's. You need Ben Wallace's. Like, you need just great guys, just not the GOATs.
Cannon fodder.
No. That would be like Michael Carter Williams or Markel Fultz.
Speaking of the Green Lanterns, let's go more in depth on the Justice Gang. The Justice Gang, is that what they're called?
That's what they call them.
Not officially.
Well, no, they added.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Metamorpho, and he voted yes. So.
The Element Man. When I get really scared with James Gunn movies, not because they're bad or anything, it's because the forays that I know are all ensemble movies. So the announcement of, oh yes, we're starting with Superman is like joy, because I like James Gunn and I like Superman. But also, oh, we're going to have Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific. I like those characters. I think they're great characters. I'm afraid that this will be less of a Superman movie and more of a Justice something movie. I don't think that's what ended up happening, but that was my fear going in. And the scenes that Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific do get, amazing. Yeah. They're so good. I did not expect Mr. Terrific to get all the screen time that he did. and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm more than okay with it. I'm happy with it.
He banged.
But
He's the best fight in the movie.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expect. It wasn't something I was expecting. You know, the idea that it felt like Mr. Terrific felt like almost like how Hawkgirl is in this movie, where it's like he's there. There's his actor. There's his costume. Maybe we'll use him later. Here's Mr. Terrific, so that way all of the diehard Mr. Terrific fanboys who had to deal with whatever the fuck Arrow was, me, and get to see him. But other than that, not really do much. For him to have so much to do in the actual movie, to where people get to actually experience this character, is awesome, while also not taking the main stage away from Superman. And same thing with Green Lantern, although obviously people know Guy Gardner a little bit more, and he has a bit more of a... Is it the biggest actor in the movie? Do you think Nathan Fillion? From like a name value perspective?
Who else is in that conversation?
No, that's why I said it.
I say, because we get like guys I can think of, like Frank Rizzo, Corn Holt. No, I'm sorry, not Corn Holt. Holt. Nicholas Holt. Yeah, no, I guess it probably is. Yeah. Because not Octavia Spencer. What is Amanda Waller? I thought Amanda Waller was going to be in this movie, and then she wasn't. But that's probably would have been the biggest actor. So no. So yeah. Nathan Fillion's probably the biggest actor.
I'll say, and again, to get someone like Nathan Fillion on board as an actual like named character that has actual plot relevance, and then not just award him a lot of the screen time is impressive. Not because I think Nathan Fillion would demand it, but I just feel like we're used to DC having a lot of studio involvement. Yeah. So I could see DC being like, you have Nathan Fillion and he's not on screen majority of the time. Why is that? Make that happen. Yeah. But apparently he's already announced for Peacemaker season 2, and he is already announced for the Lanterns show. So we're going to be seeing him a lot more, which is good. I think his guy is great. Yeah. Shockingly, not because I thought Guy would be bad, but because the bowl cut gave me worries. And he just... Anytime he doesn't want to do anything, he says...
That haircut should be against your oath. That was a funny joke.
It was set up well. Him saying, I think that's against my oath, and then Hawkgirl going... Anytime he doesn't want to do something, he just says it's against his oath. Yeah. And then your haircut should be against
my oath says I can't get involved in politics.
What a great Lois as well.
Yeah, Lois is good.
I think the main things just hit so well. And again, if it wasn't already clear, the disclaimer of me just being a big Superman fan. And I think there's a lot of weight to what you say of if you're a Superman fan going into this, you're going to really like it. But if every single movie we get in this universe is if you're that property's fan, you're going to have a great time, I can be okay with that, I think. If it is a good movie for everyone, but an excellent movie for those who like the property, then I'm here for it. Yeah. And because I think there's reasons to get excited about the ones that I like. You know, a Flash project or a Lanterns project coming out. It feels like it's good to get excited about it.
I'm in such a weird spot because I'm like, I liked the movie. Like, the movie never bored me. It didn't do the cardinal sin and bored me. Yeah. And I didn't really dislike anything. But I think I just went in with such high expectations that it just was a letdown, which sucks. But there was never a point in this movie where like, yo, this movie is bad. I never once said that, which I've said that about most Marvel movies that I've seen in the past 3 years.
I think there's a comparison help, too, of the movies that we're comparing this to. There might be 1 or 2 Superman movies that I think are better than this one, and that's not a high bar. That is a very low bar.
Yeah, I hear everybody say Superman 1 and 2 is better. The Chris Reeves.
Superman 1, definitely.
Yeah.
Superman 2, maybe. I haven't seen the Donner cut because it's hard to get a hold of, but from what I hear, that one is as good as the first one, so probably. Okay. And those are the 2 that I was thinking as well. Yeah. I think Superman Returns is underrated. I don't think it's better than this one.
Talk about a Lex. Yeah. I love Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor.
It's all about real estate, man. It's such a Lex Luthor ass plan, too. That might actually be my favorite Lex. The more I think about it, because it's such a combination of all of the Lexes that we see before New 52 as well even happens. It's just the scheme is very wacky, but very practical, and also has a twist that involves killing Superman. Like, this is just perfect. Like, this is such a nonsensical ass plot, and I love it. Yeah. He marries a woman, then watches her die for her money. This is...
Yeah, my favorite Lex is animated show.
Oh, sure.
Justice League Lex. Yeah.
Sure.
And I think I just want that Lex to be every Lex. which is an issue. I can't just want the same thing all the time. But yeah, and he's just more calm, and like it's like stoic even, and like that's just what I want. He feels like erratic. This Lex is very erratic, and I'm not. It's just not for me. But I don't think it's bad. I need to reiterate that I don't think it's bad. It's just not for me. A lot of decisions in this movie that just aren't for me, but they were still good. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Movie is good.
I don't hate Eisenberg's Lex Luthor as much as more
people.
people.
We're going to move on from that
statement. You probably
we're just
absolutely
move
despise him.
on.
He's not great, and I think if you give him a different character besides Lex, give him like maybe a Maxwell Lord or something, it comes off a bit better.
Yeah, I don't hate Jesse Eisenberg. I just hate that Lex Luthor.
Yeah. And that movie's also shit.
I defend that movie a lot more than other people. I actually don't think Batman vs Superman is that bad, but
I am back on the train that the Snyderverse can go fuck itself.
Oh, I'm always there.
but like
I don't think Batman vs Superman is actually that bad.
I softened really hard on Man of Steel. Really, like I softened a lot on it, and no, I'm back to it. Fuck that movie. I'm back on the train of these movies are bad. Actually,
okay.
I think I just didn't.
The fights in Man of Steel are better than the fights in this movie. The General Zod fight is better than any fight in this movie.
You know the issue I have with the General Zod fight in Man of Steel?
What?
It isn't earned. It's good, but it's not.
Yeah, I know it's not earned, but I'm not looking at that when I'm looking at it.
No, I agree with you. I think
nothing in that movie is earned. Nothing in that movie is earned, and nothing in that movie makes sense. How do you do both?
Like, I saw someone saying of like, oh, Superman never killing doesn't make sense. He should kill when he absolutely needs to. I was like, yeah. I don't think the concept in Man of Steel of him not wanting to kill Zod but having to, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I just think the movie doesn't earn it. I don't think that movie actually makes me think that Clark cares. Like, if this Clark that we just had...
That Clark didn't save his dad from a tornado. Don't put that damn hand down. Oh my god, let's stop talking about Man of Steel. Because I want to be positive about DC, and I want to talk more about DC. I want to do a little thing. I don't want to get upset.
We'll move on. We'll move on. Back to the good movie. The good movie.
Oh my god. Beat your ass to death.
So how do you think, what do you think about, I think this is the last thing I actually have about it.
Okay.
What do you think about the most obvious twist in all of fiction? That Ultraman is just Bizarro. Is a clone of Superman.
Well, I think there's one other thing we should talk about before. Okay. We can talk about it after that. Because I thought that wasn't the big twist. I thought the big twist came at the end of the first third of the movie.
You're right. Okay. Ultraman being a clone and basically being Bizarro, I think, is the most obvious twist of the movie.
Yeah.
The other one, you're right, I do think is bigger, but it's less obvious. I think that comes as more of a surprise.
Yeah. But that character will be back and it will look like actual Bizarro.
Yeah.
I wish it would have been actual Bizarro and actually had his powers.
Yeah.
I wish the clone, if you're already gonna, you gave him the weird eye and whatever, I wish you would have just given him the ice eyes and the fire breath.
Yeah, because I don't think we see either of them until the mask is off anyway. So I agree with that.
I wish we would have got that, but it's fine. He just went to a black hole. Maybe that'll do weird space stuff. He'll come back. Maybe then he'll actually have.
Yeah, they kind of inferred that Kryptonians could survive it anyway.
Yeah.
With the black hole earlier. That's it. You want to talk about a good Lex scene in this movie? I think them approaching the Fortress of Solitude is a really good Lex scene.
Yeah, that was fun.
The way that they're walking and the engineer's like, how we're going to get in? And he, what does he say? Like, have faith or something? Like, he just says some nonsense one-liner and the door opens.
So, I'm watching the movie and I'm not smiling in the beginning. And I'm just like, and Crypto comes and everybody's going crazy. And I can feel him looking at me. And I'm just like, I don't care about Crypto. I think Crypto's cool. I loved the show as a kid. Not a character I need in the movie, so I'm not hype. I'm like, alright, what's going on? And when the Fortress of Solitude comes out of the ground, I go from deadpan to like jaw dropped. I went, I paused. I was like, and I look at him, and he's still looking at me. I said, that's cool. Because he leans over to me, and he goes, this movie is peak. And I said, no, not yet. And then when the Fortress of Solitude comes out of the ground, I said, now it is. The actual twist. Changing the message.
There's a million versions. Some of them are more like this. I don't think it's a terrible thing to go that route. I'm gonna go handle him now. Hey.
Winter has been set free by Lex Luthor to distract our Superman. We're keeping him out of the way so we can raid his Fortress of Solitude and kill his robot friends. And muzzle his super rabbit. Bye-bye.
How bad are those takes gonna be where you're just whispering into
No,
the
I
mic?
think they're really funny. I think you'll like them. Do we actually believe that's what the message actually was? Because I still don't believe it.
I say, I may be in a minority, but yes, I think that is.
Yeah, I think you're the majority.
Okay.
I think most people
I've seen
believe
both.
that have just bought into, like, no, they wanted him to come here and take over or whatever.
Yeah.
They believe that that's true. I just don't know how. I don't care about. But literally, the movie says the top linguistics on the planet. I was like, what the hell do they know about Kryptonian?
Yeah, there's an out. If James Gunn wants to take the thing and undo that, there's an out, and I don't think it's too complicated of an out.
Yeah.
But no, I trust it. I think that is the case.
If it is, it's fine.
I think it's fine. I think it might just be a great setup for Zod in the future.
That's right. I think it was Zod messed with the message.
Yeah, I think if anything, there's going to be it wasn't damaged in transit, it was changed in transit. The specific thing is, Lex did not fuck with it.
Yeah.
It is not Lex.
I don't think Lex
that
did
is the
either.
message that was on the hard drive when he arrived.
Yeah, I think that in this universe, Zod is already out of the Phantom Zone, and he messed with that message when he left.
It's an old universe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of established, and I don't hate it. I like exploring the universe.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I like that.
I think I'm tired of hearing everybody say, give this movie props for that. Okay, it's cool that they did it.
That doesn't affect the movie.
And I think it's I had to hear about it all night. That night, like, so happy we didn't. I was like, okay, it sounds like you guys just don't like origin films. That's fine. Let's just move on. It doesn't make this movie better because they didn't make it an origin film. It just makes it not an origin film. Yeah. It's not a plus for the movie. That was that was a pet peeve that just got me.
I agree with you on that. That's not a plus or minus for the movie.
Yes,
but
okay.
It's cool going forward in this world knowing that there's so much that already happened and is established.
Yeah, I didn't have to wait an hour and a half to get to more fun stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't have to spend 60 minutes in Kansas, basically.
Yeah. We don't need to watch him leave Krypton and come here and grow up, and we can just start off. Oh no, he just lost a fight. Look, here he is, bloody, and now let's get going. Yeah, I'm fine with the twist.
Yeah.
And I think it's set up really well in the movie, and it gives us what good Superman stories and movies need, and that is like an emotional turmoil thing.
You asked me earlier who was the biggest star in this movie.
Okay.
The answer is not Nathan Fillion.
Okay.
The answer is Bradley Cooper.
You're right.
He's Jor-El.
You're right. Bradley Cooper does... I guess it's not considered a cameo because he pops up multiple times, but he does have a small role as Jor-El in the movie. That's true. And she saw it and she was like, is that Bradley Cooper? Did I get Bradley Cooper to just do Jor-El? Which scares me. It doesn't, but it does. Because there is a not great Superman story where Jor-El comes back, and I don't want that. I don't want to do that.
I don't think you will.
I hope that we won't.
I don't think Bradley Cooper... I think Bradley Cooper likes James Gunn.
Yeah.
Because he's also Rocket.
Yeah. That's why I hope it is just he was down to do this one little part and bring some name value to the movie, and I'm down with that. I have no problem with that. Also, that story is in the current continuity, and I think that's why I just don't really mind the message being a bit worse, because I've then seen a villain Jor-El do some nonsense. So it's Oz. It's that Curse of Oz book or whatever it was that was part of Rebirth. Yeah. That's who that was.
Mr. DC man.
Oh no.
I have your Mount Rushmore for the week.
Okay.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of characters that you want to see in James Gunn's DC universe.
Okay.
Please do not pick a character that's already confirmed. It's my only caveat. So, like, don't say Nightwing, because Nightwing's going to be here. Don't say Batman, Martian Man. Like, we're getting these characters.
I didn't know we had a Nightwing project announced.
Nightwing will be around.
Like, I was gonna say Dick Grayson. I was not gonna say Batman. I wasn't gonna say Damian Wayne because I know they're doing Bruce and Damian in that movie. I know that's what he said because he's basing it off of the Grant Morrison run. So you took the character from me that I wanted to say.
I know. But he's going to be around.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. He's just the one. It's
It's everybody's one.
It's like a parody thing. It's like Nightwing is, for lack of a better term, simplifying it down completely. He's Batman with a Superman personality.
Yeah.
So if you can get a Superman movie really good done tonally, give it street level, and you got a really good Nightwing thing going. So, like, it's just the idea that it would be so easy to translate, and it would be so cool to see. You know what? I will look up to see if there's an official announcement on it, and if there is, I will take it back. There's nothing completely planned, so I am going with it. As is the rules, is something that is not announced or planned. Can I do a character, but not just, I want their slice of the universe in it, just in completely?
Sure, because I asked Dane the same question. I'm going to share his Mount Rushmore, and he did that with his 4th slot.
I want a Flash project, but I really just want everyone. Like, it can be Barry or it can be Wally, I don't care. I want to see the Rogues, I want to see Zoom. It doesn't have to necessarily be Thawne or Zolomon or whatever. There's so much there, and
What are his 3 biggest villains? Flash.
So it does depend on the Flash. I'm just going to go with Barry, and it would be Captain Cold, Reverse Flash, and probably Grodd.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Grodd.
I made that point earlier. I was talking to somebody. I was like, well, those are his 3 biggest, so they'll be there. I don't know if Captain Cold will be a main antagonist in a film, but he'll be in a film.
If they do the Rogues, it'll be with Captain Cold leading.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think they'll do that.
I think they might.
I think
But
I think he will go visit Cold in a movie, or Cold will be in a movie as a secondary antagonist, but not the main antagonist. And no disrespect to Cold and the Rogues, but that's just not happening.
It just depends on how he does.
He'll go visit Cold when he tries to deal with Grodd, or some shit like that.
Yeah, it just depends on how it all goes. It depends on the thing for it. You know, if you do a trilogy of Flash movies, you're not gonna do Reverse Flash, Grodd, Reverse. Like, you're gonna need a third option in there, and I think the Rogues are a third option.
Buddy made a good point that Reverse Flash is the perfect second movie villain.
Yeah.
You don't need Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I would agree. It does depend a little bit on how you're laying it out, but I do think he is better as someone who is secretly around in the first movie but not doing anything, and then in the second movie is actually a threat while he deals with the Turtle or whoever.
The Turtle.
That's his origin villain now, according to Williamson's run. All right, who else? We got Nightwing. We got Flash. Let's just go with that. I think this one's a bit more interesting because he's tonally so different. So before I really want it, I want to see more of what a serious tonal thing would work. I would like a new John Constantine project, though. It can be a full Justice League.
I'm pretty sure that's confirmed. A Constantine sequel or something, is it?
No, I'm not counting a sequel to a Keanu Reeves movie. I'm gonna look up Constantine James Gunn universe and see what it says.
I think he's supposed to be in the Swamp Thing project. I feel like.
A Constantine 2 was pitched. I don't want a Keanu Reeves sequel. I like Keanu Reeves. I want to just leave that behind. It's been 20 years. I want to just leave it behind and start fresh. I wouldn't mind just doing a Justice League Dark instead. And just kind of, especially if we have a Swamp Thing coming. I know you really want Swamp Thing, and that's fair. I think he's a great character with a lot of really cool stuff in there. There's a project. I'm gonna give you an honorable mention because I want this project, but I don't think it'll ever be what I want because of the irreparable damage that a TV show did to it. I would love a true to comics Green Arrow project.
I thought you were gonna say Firestorm.
Or not. I do like Firestorm, but he's a bit more. I just don't. That Arrow has the show Arrow, which I do like and I do think is good, changed so much public perception of him that his actual comics just don't really sell anymore, and that is a shame. And I would love a true to comics. I'm going to give something weird for the 4th one. And you can pick, there's a bunch of people you can pick to do this. You can pick a character for it. Barry Allen literally does it at one point. Maybe this will be considered no-go because Marvel kind of did something similar, but not really. A lot of really good DC books are Elseworld books, and one of the best ones is Multiversity, which is just exploring the multiverse. Would love to take a character and just universe hop for a little bit and explore everything that this world has, given that that metahumans have been around for 3 centuries. that would be the fifth that I
Okay.
actually set in. Because Multiversity is probably one of the best books I have on my shelf, and that isn't some nonsense culmination thing. Something that you could drop in and do. Now, if that's a little similar to What If, I could see them not doing it. But if we're being honest, What If did not come close to what it could have been, and they could just do it better.
Okay.
Just
It's
do
not
it.
really a character, but I'll give it to you.
I'm taking it.
Sure. So, what Dane had said,
Okay.
this is the guy I went to go see Superman with, he had said Vixen,
Okay.
Etrigan,
All right.
the Ultra Humanite. Hey, don't disrespect.
I'm not.
Don't disrespect. And then somebody from the Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
Doesn't care who, but
Yeah.
one of those.
Seeing the Legion of Superheroes pop up would be really dope.
Yes.
Just as a disclaimer, I didn't say any of the Lanterns because I have no idea what that Lantern show is going to do.
I
so
assume we're getting everything.
Yeah, I just ignored that entire section of
Yeah.
all of it. But Legion of Superheroes would be really cool. I would really enjoy that. I would love to see John Kent too, but I have no idea how.
Yeah.
Like, just don't even know what it's looking like.
So, my Mount Rushmore is... These characters are probably never going to be here, but I want them really bad.
Yep, let's go.
So... I would say Etrigan, but he already said Etrigan, so I'm not going to say it. One of my big ones, Phantom Stranger.
Okay.
I want the Phantom Stranger. I want the Anti-Monitor.
Okay.
I want Superboy Prime. Specifically, I want Superboy Prime because I want, the guy from Reacher.
Yeah.
I want him to play Superboy Prime.
Okay.
And then my last one, the greatest hero probably of a generation that just doesn't get talked about. I really want Jarro. Those are the four I want. If I were to have a serious pick, I really want Deadman.
I love that I turned you on to Jarro.
Yes, that since you showed him to me, I'm like, Jarro is the GOAT. But like Deadman is another one
I'm
that I
talking
really
about a
want.
James Gunn-ass character.
Jarro! That's why bro, me and him were the same person. We like the same shit. So, I feel like I say some shit. Yo, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
And I have a $100 bet with Dane that if Superboy Prime is in anything DCU, animated or live action, I get $100.
He made that bet?
Yes. He said, we will never see Superboy Prime. I said, I think there's a chance you see him in an animated show. I'm not so sure about live action, but...
Do y'all know what Superboy Prime is in and from?
Honestly, no. I just know of Superboy Prime.
Oh, okay. He is a main character coming out of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
So I would assume that if we are doing Crisis close enough to the comic book and are going forward after it, that we get Superboy Prime.
Do you think we're going to do Crisis on Infinite Earths?
If we don't, we can do Infinite Crisis. Which, guess what? He's the main antagonist
Yeah,
of. I understand Dane's point of view in a way, but also not because that just feels like one of the crises
to be
feels
honest
like
with you,
something
I agree.
beheading.
I feel like Superboy Prime is actually a very high chance of being around.
as like an Endgame-esque threat, not like we're gonna get multiple movies about it, but like.
And you know what? Here, I'll give you a couple. I gave him a couple questions last night. I'm gonna give them to you too. Who's the Avengers 1 villain of this DC? Like, who's our Phase 1 villain?
Okay, so there's a couple of possibilities, and I'd say there's three main possibilities, and it's one of those I don't have enough info to give like a practical thing, but I'm just basing it off what we've seen in Superman. These are three possibilities.
Yeah, one of them I don't like, but
I think some of them might also. I also think two of these could be Endgame level ones. I think it'd be either Darkseid, Brainiac, or possibly just a Legion of Doom-esque stable that Lex could form.
So Darkseid I think would be too soon.
I agree.
But I think he would make an appearance.
Yeah. Darkseid I think
Brainiac's the one I don't want.
Okay.
Because I'm not the biggest fan of Brainiac. The Legion of Doom I think is interesting because I think you don't just want to feel like a DC Avengers. So you don't just want to do like an alien invasion with somebody leading them or whatever. I don't think you want to do that again.
Yeah.
or I don't even think you want to create that parallel.
Which I think
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I think you'll lose. Because I think Avengers now has like the original Avengers has like gone into like iconicity of a movie.
And I think that's the issue if you do Brainiac or Darkseid.
Yeah. I kind of want Parallax.
Okay.
I think if you did like Emerald Twilight, I think that would be crazy. I don't know how we get there.
Yeah.
But we're on the first stepping stone, so I don't know where we're gonna go.
Exactly. Like when you consider like Avengers movie stuff, you don't see that until movie 4.
Yeah.
With Thor.
Yeah.
And even then that kind of feels off the cuff, so like you really could just be anything.
Yeah. But Parallax, like Kyle Rayner come in early. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart's around because he's in the show. So.
Yeah, I think the Lantern show could say if it's a cosmic threat, I think we get a lot of it in Lanterns. But that's also if they're looking at doing it that way.
Yeah.
There's always a question.
I just want to remake the thing. I'm sorry, I did it. Yeah. I want the picture. I want all the rings.
Yeah, I think those are the likely scenarios.
Yeah, Legion of Doom I'm actually quite interested in.
If he's going to Belle Reve, if Lex is going to Belle Reve, there's just all the time. Who's there? I don't know who's there. There could be so many people there.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
What villains are already in jail?
Yeah, like who, where...
I didn't even think about that.
Because we know, based off of stuff in the Hall of Justice, we know at least the first Flash is around. So, but again, we don't know further. We don't know if Barry's been running. If Barry's been running around, a lot of his villains are there. We know that Lanterns are established, so any of their Earth people might be there. Batman has supposedly been very active because the Batman movie that we're getting is him older with Damian, so his villains are probably, like, there's so much that... A big plus for this universe is that there's so much to explore, not to establish. So it's anyone could pop up realistically at any moment.
Oh my god. Yeah. I didn't think about... Oh my god, it has been a while. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Yeah. This universe is going to be so cool.
Yeah, Lex Luthor creating a super army to take out Superman and Superman asking for help. Rad.
What a legend.
Anyway, I really like this movie.
I thought this movie was good.
I can't believe we got a good Superman movie in the year of our Lord 2025. I'm so happy.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy you finally got something after, 60 years? When was Superman 1?
I think it was 50 years.
Oh.
Returns was 06, I want to say. So, definitely close to 20 years with absolutely nothing. I mean, we got a show. The show was pretty good.
Superman and Lois?
Yeah.
That's a banger show.
Yeah. So, that was really good.
That Lex I like.
Yeah.
The white guy with the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
That was a weird thing that happened because it was supposed to be in a universe that already had a different Lex, but we changed it last minute, I guess. It's fine. Because I liked Supergirl's Lex, too. Talk about a hater. Talk about a hater. That's a hater right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I can vaguely remember his face.
Rewrote Destiny to make him a Paragon except for in Superman's place. what an iconic person. If you've never seen the DC TV Crisis on Infinite Earths one, here's some things that will happen. One of the main things that starts happening is Lex...
Is that the Lex that's the guy from 2.5 Men?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, he does bang.
Lex gets a hold of the Book of Destiny and uses it to universe hop and just kills Superman. He just hops from universe to universe and kills their Superman.
Doesn't the Smallville Superman punch him in the face?
Yes, because
he gave up his powers?
Yeah, so the kryptonite didn't affect him. Yeah.
He just... Bink!
And then he then... The last thing he does is he rewrites the Book of Destiny to rewrite the 7 Paragons that are going to remake the Earth to replace the Kingdom Come Superman played by Brandon Routh with himself. So Lex is technically like the Paragon of Hope or some nonsense because he rewrote it. And of course he replaces himself with Superman. So what a hater, man.
He's the GOAT.
When those DC shows bang, they bang. And then when they're bad, they're
horrible.
They're so bad. Shout out Legends of Tomorrow for solely keeping me interested for years.
You used to talk about that show a lot.
Yeah. I want a Legend of Tomorrow movie, not in the Gunn DC universe. I just want to wrap up what they had going on. Just give me them and give them like one of those end of series movies to wrap up their plots, because they ended on a cliffhanger with Booster Gold, who was played by Donald Faison, fun fact. And give me, if you made one addition to that movie, I want this, but I don't want this. James Gunn, you do not have to do this. I actually think you shouldn't do this. But if you're doing a Legend of Tomorrow thing, and you're finishing that off with Donald Faison's Booster Gold, I would like Zach Braff as Ted Kord, because I think that's iconic, and it's needed. Give me two best friends playing two best friends.
I love that.
You don't have to do it in the actual cinematic DCU, because I don't know if they could commit for long or do whatever. But actually, I would really like a Booster Gold project. He can be my actual last one if you want an actual person instead of.
Well, no, they have a film coming out.
Is that still going? Is that still
that
happening?
is confirmed?
That's been in development hell for so long.
I know, but that is coming out. Booster Gold. And
I have so.
I'm standing 10 toes on this. I fucking had Ted Kord. I am so. What is it? Jaime Jaquez?
Jaime Reyes.
Reyes. Who's Jaime Jaquez?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's the Ghost Rider's name? That's Robbie Reyes.
Yeah.
Who is Jaime? Oh my God, Jaime Jaquez is a basketball player. I think Jaime Jaquez is a point guard for the Heat. Never mind.
Is it spelled the same way as Reyes?
No, well, yeah, I think Jaime is, and then Jaquez I think is with JAQ. Maybe. I'm pretty sure he plays for the Heat. He's a point guard.
Yes, plays for the Heat.
Okay, yeah.
At one point, played for the Heat.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez. That's my boy. But yeah, Jaime Reyes as Blue Beetle. That's my Blue Beetle. I do not.
No, I agree. I like Ted Kord overall. I only really prefer Ted Kord in a we are doing stuff with Booster Gold and it's them two going around. If you give me a solo Blue Beetle, I would much rather prefer Jaime.
Yeah.
I do think he just has the better stuff going on for that. That was a project that happened. We don't have to talk about that.
What, the Blue Beetle movie?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I never watched it.
Oh, it was good.
That was one of the ones where it came out and then he was like, and then we're resetting the universe. And I was like, so...
What's the point in seeing this movie?
Yeah. And then I heard nothing about it. So, like, I'm sure I'll watch it at some
It was
point.
fine.
Because I like him.
George Lopez is in it.
Okay.
He is. He plays dad.
Okay. But yeah, there's so many... That's my one issue right now, is I don't actually know what's coming besides Supergirl, because so much of them are retooled projects that have been in development hell, and I don't know if I trust that they're coming. Like the Blue and Gold movie and the Lantern show. It's like, so did you cancel and announce a new project? Or is this or is this a retool of something we've been getting since Dawn of Justice came out? Like,
Yeah, imagine.
like that, like that's why like I had to look up Nightwing as like, oh, are they, because there was one announced, are they retooling that? No, that's canceled and they haven't announced a new one. Okay, like I'm sure we'll get them.
I'm excited for, apparently James Gunn has talked about there being video games for the DCU that are canon. That I'm excited to see what those are going to be.
Bro, I want, if this is the intro to getting a properly done fantastic AAA Superman game, I'm so here for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't care.
Big sleep. Just go play Superman 64, bro.
No, I want to play an actual modern video game, not one that came out in the
Bro, just go play Superman 64, bro.
Batman got the Arkham games. Spider-Man has his Spider-Man games. I need the Superman game. Rip to that Wonder Woman game, by the way. That looked like that would be so cool, and they just killed that studio and didn't even
Good.
give them a chance.
We can give a good character a game.
Wonder Woman's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. I'm trying to hate, but like she is kind of just fine.
Yeah, I understand those movies were disappointing, but like...
Yeah, I didn't get the hate, but that was all Zack Snyder's fault. He's the problem, not DC.
He was involved in those movies.
Who cares? He's the problem. Fuck him.
It's definitely not the actress that is not good at acting.
Gal Gadot can act.
Can she, though?
Yeah, she can actually take them clothes off. No, I'm playing. Yeah, just get real misogynistic.
Crickets.
I don't know if she can act. I've never seen her in anything but Wonder Woman, so I don't know.
She's not very good. Have you seen her in a big budget project other than Wonder Woman?
I haven't seen her in a movie other than Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your point.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, maybe she... was she just like a model or something? Like, where did she come from?
I don't know.
I don't know where she came from.
I know of one other movie.
Where did
that
she
was
go?
in.
Where did she come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I know of one other movie that she was in. It was like Red Notice or something.
I was just about to say, it's the one on Netflix.
Yeah, and that's it. I was like, okay, that's fine. That's okay. The only thing I need from those movies is Chris Pine, and I don't even need him in that context.
I don't need him in those movies. Yeah.
You can just give me Chris Pine. Just put him on the screen and let him smile, and that's enough. I'm kidding. If they actually want to give me something with Chris Pine, they can make a second Dungeons and Dragons movie, but that's beside the point.
Who is Chris Pine in the DCU?
Chris Pine.
He plays himself. I like that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like fan casting.
I
I'm
know
not
you don't,
good-
but I'm
not
going
good
to
at
make
it.
you do it anyway.
I'm not good at it. We've rambled.
Okay, we're rambling.
Yeah.
Exciting whites.
that bonus did so terrible. It's very good. Go onto the podcast feed. It was a bit ago. It's a bonus called Exciting Whites. It's very funny. It's very short. It's only like 10 minutes. And it's literally us just making jokes about white people. Which is funny because we're both very pale. You are the whitest man I know.
Huh?